Okay, this is my not so nice Murray Ultra. This is the one that came from the tractor haul. Really, most people would just scrap this machine. I'm making an attempt at saving it. I just finished installing a gas tank from my other Murray. Unfortunately, it's not quite wide enough, but I made it work. I had these two zip ties. These were actually holding that gas tank into the other Murray originally, with those two blocks of wood and a couple of wood screws. So what I ended up doing is I took it all apart. I was originally going to cut those zip ties, but good thing I didn't, or else I'd have to go and buy more. I was able to get them apart, release the clip on them. I drilled 4 holes in my dash. These two actually go through metal, so it's actually going through metal. These two are just going through the plastic. Who cares? The spot for the fill does line up. That was my biggest worry on this. Will the factory fill location line up? And it does. So the fuel line's hooked up. I'm going to get some gas, put some gas in the tank, and make an attempt at starting this. The battery is still good. I thought it was dead, but it has a loose connection to the starter that sometimes acts up, sometimes doesn't. So I'll get that taken care of. It does need some carburetor work, or maybe just some seafoam will fix it. But this machine should run and drive. With its own fuel cell, instead of having a fuel cell just sitting under the hood, willy-nilly, not so good. And I should be able to actually get the hood back on this machine and then start wire wheeling down some of the loose paint and potentially get some paint on this before the weather does get too cold, since this machine is going back together. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Figured to do a quick update on this machine here. This was a reasonably easy fix. I just didn't want to lose that gas tank, lose those zip ties or anything along those lines. That's why I got this done now instead of later on down the road, which I was planning on doing. But this machine's not that bad. It needed an engine when I got it. Had the hydro release was sticking on the transaxle. Got that well working. The fronts, hoops casings are good. The backs are reasonable. One is near perfect. The other one's actually new, but the machine had sat around for quite some time, so it had some issues. But there we go. It's all back together. I will do a video of the cold start, since this hasn't ran for a long period of time in a while. It's basically just been running off what's left in the carburetor for the last few times I have ran it. So anyways, when the tank's not available, improvise, but improvise in a way that it will still work and still be very usable. That's what I was looking for on this particular project, and it worked out. Yes, the dash is a bit floppy. It does need some more screws put in. I'll get that done at a later date. Also, with these holes, I'll probably just fill them in with some epoxy. That'll prevent that from moving around, the strap from moving around. But there we go. So I'll talk to you later. Please keep it redneck like always, and please subscribe and comment.